This is Musiq Matisse, www.forwardmotionmanagementmediallc.com, coming to you live from the Paperbox, fresh off 23 cities in Europe with the one and only Brooklyn's own Skyzoo. First and foremost, welcome home.
Oh man, thank you, bro.
You're welcome. You're welcome. What's going on with you? How you been?
Oh, I'm good, man. You know, it's good to be back home. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm here, back in the borough, back in the city. You know what I mean?
Okay. We hit the Paperbox. You got a nice crowd outside.
Yeah, definitely.
You're just coming back home from 23 dates throughout Europe.
Yep.
Explain to those who may not be familiar with you, who are just getting familiar with you.
Right.
What's the difference in the effect and the cause and the response you get overseas versus what you get here in Brooklyn and the rest of the states?
You know, the crib is always love, especially Brooklyn. You know, the crib is always love. The states in general is always love as well. But overseas, whether it's Europe, whether it's South Africa, whether it's Asia, Australia, all the different places that I've been blessed to visit and tour and travel, you know, the appreciation is at a higher level there because hip-hop didn't start there. It's not from there.
Right.
So for them, it's something that they need, so they go for it. For us, hip-hop is like breathing. You wake up in the morning, you don't think, dag, I'm breathing. You think, dag, what's on the gram? What's on the phone? What's da-da-da? You know what I mean? You think that. Over there, they breathing. They like, yo, you got some of that air? You know what I mean? Like, that's how hip-hop is with them. So the appreciation level is just totally different over there. You know, it's not to say that it's not right at the crib, but it's just on a different level, on a higher level over there. And I hope, you know, at the crib, not just for myself, but for all artists in general in hip-hop, especially artists making dope music and doing what we do, you know, that it starts to even out, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How long you been in the game?
Oh, man, I've been rhyming since I was 9, but I mean, in the game as far as the business end, I want to say since I was about 21 maybe is when I first started kind of getting my feet wet. And that's like little mixtapes in the neighborhood and all that type of stuff. I spent a lot of time just building, growing as a young MC, 9, 10 years old, all throughout high school, just building and growing the craft. I want to say about 21 or so is when I first started trying to get into labels and demos and mixtapes around the way and all that. And then at 23, 24 is when I dropped Cloud 9, which was my first EP with Ninth Wonder. And that's when all I started to steamroll. So it's been a little while that I've been able to do what I want, live the way I want solely off music.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you still affiliated with Ninth Wonder, the label, and everything?
Well, it's always going to be fam. You know, I'm not Jamla anymore, but Ninth is always going to be fam because he was one of the first ones, if not the first one, to really take that shot. Somebody of any sort of relevance and prevalence to really take that shot and say, yo, let's do it, you know. As somebody who I didn't know, a stranger who heard me and who was on already and say, yo, let's rock. He was the first one, so it's always gonna be fam regardless. You know, I have my own entity, FGR, First Generation Rich. You know, I all the projects I've put out over the past, I wanna say 4 or 5 years have all been FGR one way or another, you know, regardless of the distributor, whether it was Duck Down, or Empire, or Mellow Music Group. It's always an FGR imprint because it's my leg involved, it's my arm involved. So, you know, it's always that. But yeah, Jamla Ninth is always gonna be fam. It's always gonna be extended.
Okay, do you have a new project coming out now?
Yeah, you know, I'm still living off the Easy Truth, you know, with me and Apollo Brown, which is doing wonders, man. We got 3 more European tours in the talks. We got a South Africa tour coming up in about 3 weeks. So just running around doing all that, getting some other things in the works as well. And but on top of that, I got a couple projects I'm working on. I got an EP that I'm dropping probably in July called Peddler Themes. So that's coming out. Quick 8-song EP that I'm already in love with. I'm 4 songs down. You know, me and my man Lorenzo at RMG, we working on the rest of it. That's my engineer. And, you know, we working on the rest of it now. So I'll probably be done with that in like a week and a half. And then the album is right after that. So as soon as I'm done with the EP, I'm going to start mixing the album. Start recording, and mixing the album. And, you know, that's the album's called In Celebration of Us. And that'll be like the end of the year, like December.
Now, in an industry where we've seen the majors decline, we see a resurgence of independent artists. You seem to be the independent.
Right.
You're self-contained,
Yeah.
you're moving, you're shaking, and you're doing it not only here in the States, but you're doing it, as you said, overseas.
Yeah, absolutely.
How are you able to maintain your presence independently with basically very little backing and still be a force to be reckoned with?
For me, you know, it all starts with the fan base, you know, having that core fan base. If you're an independent artist nowadays, if you're an artist, period, whether you indie, major, whatever it is, it's all about the core fan base, right? I look at having a fan base as having real estate. As long as you got some real estate, you good. Like, you'll make some money, you'll own something, you'll be able to move and do what you want. So for me, if you have that real estate, that core fan base that you don't do no wrong by, and you keep them where you need to keep them, they're gonna ride with you forever. So for me, I've been fortunate enough to build a core fan base, an organic fan base that I rock with and they rock with me. I could drop something tomorrow, surprise album or surprise single. I know how many people are gonna run out and grab it because I know the equity and the real estate that I've built with those people.
Right.
They trust and believe in the brand that I've built. And they know lyricism, they know it's gonna be top notch, they know I'm not gonna take a bar off, they know it's gonna be where it need to be as far as being worth their $9.99. Once you got them like that, and once that's embedded in their head, you good to go. You have a career forever, as long as you do right by them. So for me, I do right by them. Obviously the internet is what makes the overseas stuff a possibility because they're getting music through the internet. You know, they're on YouTube, they're on Two Dope Boys, they're on the different websites and blogs, and they grabbing the music from there, and then they going to iTunes and buying it, or they're going to Amazon and ordering it. So, you know, the internet is definitely A1 as far as keeping that all together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, with the independent movement you have, obviously somewhere, someone at a major label is knocking at your door, trying to get at you.
Right.
If you can say at this moment, who are some of the majors that have shown interest, say, in the past 6 months to a year?
Oh, man, I can't say, but, you know, there's definitely been interest. There's definitely been interest as far as with me going from the indie level to the major label level, quote unquote. For me, you know, it has to make sense. I gotta really, really feel comfortable with the situation. I gotta be able to do what I want to do musically, control my own destiny, have my own destiny in my own hand, you know. So if it's not that, I'm good being independent because I haven't had a quote unquote 9 to 5 in 11 years.
Right.
You know, and I'm not starving for nothing. I'm good. I travel. My crib is dope. I got a huge TV in my living room. I do whatever I want, you know what I mean? And I haven't had a job in 11 years. I wake up and watch First Take every day. You know, as long as I'm up by 10 o'clock, I'm all right. You know what I mean? But, you know, at the same time, I work hard. I don't want to put that out there and people think that it's a vacation. I work hard, you know what I'm saying? Like, once I hit that lab, it's go time. Or when it comes to running around on tour, you know, people hear 23 dates in 33 days. They say, yo, you on tour, you getting it moving, you running around. It's a bunch of thotties around and liquor and that. It's not like that. It's really, really grinding. I mean, you get on stage at 12:30, 1 o'clock. You get off at, you know, 2 o'clock in the morning. You doing autographs and pictures until 3. You haven't eaten dinner because you had to get to the venue by a certain time, so you go find some whatever dinner in the street in the middle of Russia or Estonia or the middle of France. You finding whatever food at 4 in the morning, and then you got to be in the lobby by 7:30 because you got to catch a flight to Finland.
Right.
It's no sleep.
Right.
Like you might have slept an hour, or you might just stay up and repack all your stuff, and you do that for 33 days straight.
Right.
I mean, we've had runs on the last tour, man. We had blocks where it was like, we could have counted, I mean, maybe 10 hours of sleep over the span of 4 days. Wow. So that's working hard. So that is me paying my debt to being able to wake up at 10 o'clock and watch First Take. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to balance out somewhere, you know. But I say all that to say, you know, I'm happy, man. If a major stepped up and it made sense, absolutely. You know, I get major stepping up all the time. If it makes sense, absolutely, I'll do it because I feel like it's only going to bring more light and attention and eyes to the music that I make because I have no intentions on switching anything up. I'm going to do the music that my equity and my real estate has bought into. I don't plan on switching anything up. But if that doesn't happen, I'm fine. You know what I mean? Like, I'm cool in the gang.
Understood. What do you think of hip-hop today as far as where it's going? You have a person like you who can support themselves, make a living in the craft that they love.
Right.
Some would consider you a purist. With the controversy that's surrounding lyricism these days, the decline of the majors these days, what is your perception of what hip-hop is as a culture and as far as the artists themselves?
You know, I think the good thing about it is that the lyricism is coming back, the attention to it, because of the internet. So if what you want to listen to as far as lyricism and things like that aren't on the radio, you know, you just turn on the internet.
Right.
And because of the internet, now you're getting all that on the radio. Right. You know, now you turn on the radio and you're hearing some of the top artists who are at the top of Billboard, winning Grammys and all that on the radio all day. I'm not saying all of it, but it's more than it may have been 10, 15 years ago. So it's a step in the right direction. It's a start. And I think the culture, obviously, is the #1 genre, the #1 culture in the world.
Right.
You know, you turn on TV, hip-hop is in Kmart commercials, it's in Toyota commercials, it's in McDonald's commercials. That's when you know it's a different game now. It's a different story. So with that being said, the culture is larger than life. Now it's just about making sure it's controlled and holding it the right way, you know?
Okay. We're getting ready to wrap this up because I know you got a show to do. I know you got a lot of people waiting for you out there.
Yeah.
Last question. If you had to actually choose production-wise and as far as artists, people that you wanted to collaborate with, give me, I won't say top 5 because that's the cliche. Give me the top 2 MCs and the top 2 producers you haven't worked with yet that you would like to work with in your career.
Oh, wow. Top 2 that I haven't worked with that I would like to. Oh, man. I always like the idea of doing a record with Jeezy. I think it'll be, exactly. That's why.
Wow.
That's why, yeah. Bro, I'm a big Jeezy fan. I think Jeezy is awesome. 101 is fantastic. You know, I like the idea of that because Jeezy does what he does with the trap stuff, but sometimes you hear him on a quote-unquote hip-hop soul record or whatever it might be, and he's able to do what he does and be who he is regardless of the record. And I feel like we can really do some damage on a record together because the things that I talk about are a little similar to what he talks about. We talk about what goes on in our neighborhoods. We talk about heinous activities and where it's at. We just come from different points of views and perspectives of it. But I understand everything he's talking about, and I think he would understand the world I'm coming from. So I think it would make a ton of sense. So Jeezy, oh man, another MC. I mean, I could easily say Jay, Nas, you know. And then production-wise, let me see. Oh man, Pharrell, Madlib, Kanye when he gets in a certain bag, you know, when he gets in a certain zone in a certain bag. There's a couple out there, you know.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right. So let everybody know, in parting, closing this interview now.
Yeah.
Where they can contact you, where they can get your music, and the exact title again. Remind them of what the latest project is called.
Yeah, definitely. So Twitter at Skyzoo, SKYZOO. Instagram at Skyzoo the writer. Everything spelled out the right way. I went to school. And SkyzooTheWriter.com is the website. Music is on Amazon, iTunes. It's in Best Buy. It's in Target if you digging. Wherever you need it to be at. The most recent album is The Easy Truth. Myself and Apollo Brown. If you know Apollo Brown, amazing producer out of Detroit. Myself and Apollo Brown, The Easy Truth came out a couple months ago. And the upcoming projects are coming soon, man. All the updates will be on the Twitter and the Instagram and the website. So follow on, let's get it.
This is Musiq Matisse, Forward Motion, musicmanagement.com. Check me out on our website. Catch this interview and more with Skyzoo, to include his upcoming tour dates. Make sure you go out and pick up his product. Hit him up on social media. Hit me up as well. It's Musiq Matisse on IG and Facebook. And we out. Good to go. Let me get to a quick